Hey guys, it's me Anais. Today I'm going to be doing the Manuscript Monday tag. I have seen my friends JD Estrada and Christie Stratos both do this, and so I thought, why not me? Basically what this is just a chance to tell you my different projects, what I'm working on with my different manuscripts. Yes, plural. To be honest, right now I'm really trying to focus on just one at the moment because I really want to get it done in a timely fashion. But I do have a lot of ideas in the pan, and I have even more than this. But for those, I just write down my idea, and yeah, I just think, okay, I'm gonna come back to you. Don't worry, little guy, I'll come back. Okay, so the main thing that I am working on is a dark fantasy novel that is called right now The Darkest Thread. I'm not sure if that's going to be the title in the end, but that is the title that I'm going with right now. For that little guy, I have these. I have a couple of these actually that are full of notes that I've made about, stuff. And then I just write it on my computer. I am trying to use Word to do this one, and usually I write in YWriter, which I don't know if is interesting to anybody in the least, but that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know why, I just want to see if it's easier. That's why. Okay, there's that. And then I also have Dragon Naturally Speaking, because sometimes my hands are tired. They just are tired, and so I can sit and I have this wonderful microphone for YouTube, right? So I just talk to the microphone and it writes down everything that I said, which is really handy. So The Darkest Thread is basically a dark fantasy that is about the gods, the Greek gods, and mischief that they get into. Of course, that kind of thing is never good for humans. My main characters are gods, though, which is a little bit different than I've seen a lot of people do, is they usually have their main character, the hero, be a human. And as I've been writing this story, I'm starting to see why, because you have to find ways to make your gods vulnerable and to figure out how they're going to be weak, because that if you have everybody be awesome all of the time, it's gonna be a difficult story to show any kind of growth. Anyway, so that is that. In that same world, I actually have a couple other manuscript projects. I have one called Datura that is about a demon that is in this world, and her main thing is she doesn't want to be a demon. She's pretty upset about that because her brother made a deal to make her a demon when she died, and she didn't have any say in it, and she's not really liking it. So that's gonna be her story that maybe I'll get to after this one is done. And then in that same world, I've been working on this world for a long time, honestly. I have a story called False Constellation, and that one is different in that those two books are written, just like a normal book that you pick up, and it says Sally went to John's house and stuff like that. And with False Constellation, it is a narrative poetry kind of thing. So I wrote it all in poetry, like the whole story, but it's a story. Anyway, and then I have on Wattpad, I have a story called The Weightless One, and that is not fantasy at all. That one is a young adult narrative poetry fiction book about a girl who is in treatment for anorexia, and she is dealing with the loss of her sister. I'll link the Wattpad down below so that if you want to check that out, you can. Then I have it's something totally different yet again because I'm crazy. I have a romantic suspense novel that I have the outline for, and I've also written the first couple chapters that I kind of put aside. And that one I don't have a title for yet, I don't know, but it is about an opera singer. They say write about what you know, so I know how to sing opera, so that's why she is an opera singer. So anyway, she gets this amazing opportunity to be in an opera, but all these people keep dying, the people who got this part. So she's gonna need the hero to come in, the man, to be kind of like a bodyguard, and I have somebody else has kind of thrown them together. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I always like romantic suspenses where there is some kind of evil, over-the-top villain. You know, if a couple bodies haven't hit the floor, it's not one of my books, I guess. So I think that that's gonna be really fun when I get to it, especially since I've been a cynic. But that's why I really like romance, because it forces you to put aside your cynicism and throw all these horrible things at somebody and then have them beat the odds and fall in love and happily ever after. It's guaranteed. So that is kind of the lineup of what I am working on right now. And now I'm going to finish this tea. I hope that you have tea too, and I will talk to you next time. Goodbye.